सदाशिवसमारम्भां शङ्कराचार्यमध्यमाम् अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्तां वन्दे गुरुपरम्. Verse number 60. अनिर्विण्णस्त विष्णो धर्मयोगो महामखः नक्षत्रनेमि नक्षत्री क्षमक्षामः समीहनः यज्ञयुज्यो महेश्यश्च क्रतुः सत्रं सदाङ्गतिः सर्वदर्शी विमुक्तात्मा सर्वज्ञो ज्ञानमुत्तमम्. 445 Nama, you see, Yajnaha. The Lord Vishnu is called as Yajnaha because the Vishnu Swarupam itself is called Yajna Swarupadvat Yajna. Vishnu Swarupame Yajna. Therefore, Lord Vishnu called as Yajnaha. And Ijyaha, what is the Pramana? Yajno vai Vishnu. Yajnam alone Vishnu. Vishnu is Yajnam. Yajnam is Vishnu. No difference between both of them. So Ijyaha means they who worship. Those people, they who worship through holy sacrifices. People worship Lord through holy sacrifices. Why holy sacrifices? There are other sacrifices. Evil forces. To get evil powers, people perform some sacrifices. Therefore, holy sacrifices we have to take. And the devas are the deities. When they perform some yajnas, Indra, Vayu, Varuna, all these devatas, they worship. So these devatas, pleased by these performances, yajnas, and these devatas carry the oblations to Lord Vishnu. These are called intermediary courier service. How the courier service does. But all these devatas, whatever they are giving, it's not their power. They have to take power from Lord Vishnu. And they only give, like commission, middle, brokers. So, real Shakti, these devas are getting Indra, Varuna, all other devatas, Agni, from Lord Vishnu. So these oblations, phalam also go to Vishnu. The phalam also come back to us through these devatas from Vishnu only. This is what we have to remember. For example, if you go to temples, many people are moving towards that grahams, navagrahams. All those navagrahams take that Shakti, the power from that Mula Vigraham. From them only, for that Lord only they get, and then they give to Bhaktas. This every Bhakta should know. That's why Pudicha Puliyangkumbu Pudi solluvaanga. So you have to catch such person. The mature person directly go to that head office madri. The middle beta. Too late. It has become too late. So sometimes it may not reach properly also. So therefore, better to approach a right person. Just like that, here these devas are to be worshipped, and the worship, whatever, indeed goes to the Vishnu only. That means what? The Vishnu, capital G we put. These all gods are small g. The self also. Through this self and goes to that self. Who is worshipping the self is worshipping the self, and through this self it goes to that self. The total Brahman. So that's why Ijjaha means it's worthy to worship. Ijja means worshipping through Yajnam. So by worshipping what we get, all Purusharthas we get. We get a good health, good body, and good wealth. Artha, Dharma, Artha, Kama, Moksha. We require first body, health, and money also. Panam illenna panna mudiyum. Panam is required. We require that. So we worship. But whereas Mahejyaha means 447, Mahejyaha. Why he is called Mahejyaha? He gives the ultimate benefit. Moksha phala datritvad. Moksha phala data. But these gods will not give moksha. Agni, Varuna, Vayu will not give moksha. They give nice house, nice car, bangla, nice good servant they provide. All other requirements they will take care of. But whereas that Lord who gives phalam, moksha phalam, is called Lord Vishnu. Therefore, Mahejyaha, you have to worship greatly, in a great manner. You have to worship him. Because that is the ultimate benefit he gives. Nobody will give all these other yajnas. With that you don't get moksha. What is moksha? Liberation. Liberation means nimmadi ungal choice. அது நிம்மதி வரும். எப்படி வரும் நிம்மதின்னா, நம்ம choice whether you want to worship these devatas continuously throughout life. Otherwise you want to shift your choice towards that highest. So you have choice. இப்போ நிம்மதி அங்கதான் வரும். Mahejyaha, when you worship the Lord Vishnu only nimmadi comes. That is peace, ananda, shanti. That is called moksha. Mukti from all problems. Another thing you have to go more deeper. Mukti from all the problems in the sense. Problems அப்படியே, it will never vanish. Problems அப்படியே இருக்கும். Very strongly rooted problems, but you get shock absorber where to your mind, emotions, and they will not affect you. They become insignificant. Okay, remember. So if I get knowledge, moksha, problems have to run away. Problems will never run away. They are as it is, but they become insignificant. That problem will not disturb you. That is called moksha, real moksha. Understand? That is real moksha. Even the problems are there, as good as not existent, as good as non-existent problems. That is real mukti. Therefore, Mahejyaha. Kratuhu, 448. Kratuhu means is also a sacrifice. He is called Kratu, Lord Vishnu. Why? Because he is the form of sacrifice. He is the form of that sacrifice where or in which there is a sacrificial post, that Upastambham. Upastambham, to give bali, they keep one pillar there. They tie the animal. They tie that animal to that Upastambham. That is called Upam in Sanskrit. And the Stambham. அந்த ஸ்தம்பம் எந்த யக்னத்துல இருக்குமோ அந்த யக்னத்துக்கு கிரது பேரு. So the Lord Vishnu is called Kratu எந்த யஜ்ஞத்துல அந்த யூபம் இருக்குமோ அந்த யஜ்ஞம் வந்து கிரதுன்னு பேர். அந்த கிரது பேர் தான் லார்ட் விஷ்ணு. அது அர்த்தம். ஸோ யூப சகிதோ யஜ்ஞா கிரது. தென் 449 சத்ரம். Satram means this is also have a deep meaning. What they say, there is a sacrifice, there is small type of ritual a person has to perform, a vidhi, a rules, vidhi is there. That is chodana lakshana. Chodana means a vidhi. What vidhi you have to follow before you are going to study Shastra? To a learned person, when you are approaching to a learned person, there is a vidhi. You are going to learn Shastra. Upanishads, Bhagavad Gita, Brahma Sutra, all this. So you are going to approach that person, just to meet that person, to talk to that person, that learned person, Pandita, Jnani. So you are going to learn, you are going to ask, there is a vidhi. அந்த விதிக்கு ஒரு சாக்ரிஃபைஸ், ஒரு யக்ஞம் வேண்டும். ஒரு சின்ன ஃபார்ம் ஆஃப் யக்ஞம். They call it as every action a vidhi is called yajnam in our tradition. So that vidhi is called satram. So there is a method. Then only that Shastra will bless us. Whatever you learn, that will give full benefit. The translation is the Satra is that sacrifice in which the order for the assembling and approaching. To assemble, some or 10 people are coming to learn from that Pandita, assembling or approaching of learned person, men is given. In that sacrifice they have given. That is called Satra. What is that approach? How to approach the learned person? First, Vinayam. Humbly, I want to study. I have heard about the Shastra. Shastra means it is so nice, it's good. I heard about it, but I want to study. Please, can you teach me? Please, can you teach me? Like that, you have to humbly ask. And you have first to do namaskar. Going there, first you have a learned person means not ordinary person. Learned means Bhagavan's avataram. Because Bhagavan's avataram, why? Bhagavan's revelations he is bringing out. So Bhagavan is coming through him and talking. So I give respect to that Shastra and I first prostrate. Really, if I respect the Shastra, if I respect my Bhagavad Gita, Upanishad, Shastra, first whom I should respect? I should respect the person through whom it is going to come. எனக்கு அந்த ஸ்ரத்தா பக்தியே இல்லைன்னா how the Shastra will bless? Shastra says first to surrender to him, obey him, have a faith on him, then Shastra is ready to reveal to us. It's not just an inert thing. Shastra is not an inert thing. Therefore, there is an approach. Shastra lords, they say, don't go with empty hands. Anytime if you are going to a learned person, if you want to take something, whatever you can give, you give. It's not to show, but whatever I can give, that is important. I can give, but no teacher really is a learned person, never expect anything. A real jnani never expect anything. Vandada varatum varlanna kuda, the student if he comes with bhakti shraddha, the teacher, that is the big Gurudarshan. These are all secondary. Fruits, panam, all these are secondary. It's immaterial. But just we have to approach. There is a vidhi. That's why we do. But what really student wants? The subject. What really Guru wants? The listener. Shraddha, bhakti. எனக்கு வேணும், நான் கத்துக்கணும், இது அவளுக்கு ஆசையா வருவானோ. The Guru wants that. That is very important. That's why it is called Satram. In Telugu we used to call Satram, Chowul tree ki Satram ane peru. Satram. So, idhula endha varamo ennamo. Satram means a place where people stay freely. Satram those days, they go to these temples and all, Harikala Kalashep Nadakamo, Chumma Poi, they used to listen in the functions time and all. They should not charge money. Even they have to give food freely. For these people, learned people will come and stay there. Those are studying seekers also come and stay there. This Satram should be useful for people who are seeking in this marga. This is called Satram. We never knew that Satram is that name. Another meaning, he says, Sataha Trayata iti Satram. Sataha means a good people, a noble one. Trayata means protects. Who protects? Lord Vishnu protects good people always. Sataha means good people, noble people, virtuous people. Trayata means protects. So he is ready to protect all the time. Bhagavan is ready to protect the noble people, good people. So therefore Lord Vishnu is called Satram. Then Satam Gatihi. Satam Gatihi. Satam means good people. Gatihi means a goal. The one who is the goal. That is goal. Mumukshunam. Sata means the mumukshu. A desirer of moksha. A desirer of moksha. You can sit in the chair. A desirer of moksha is called Satam. Those people, for those people, Satam. Gatihi means நம்ம தமிழ்ல கூட இருக்கு. அதுதான் கதி. என்ன வேற வழி கிடையாது. அதுதான் வழி. கதி என்னன்னா வழி, path, மார்க்கம். What is that path? Ultimate path is only Vishnu, Lord Vishnu. For whom? Mokshas. Satam gati. Nanya pantha vidyate. No other path to attain that liberation or moksha or ultimate nimmadi. This is the number translation. மோட்சத்துக்கு என்ன டிரான்ஸ்லேஷன்? மோக்ஷன்னா நிம்மதி. அந்த நிம்மதி எங்க கிடைக்கணும்? சதாங்கதி. Bhagavan Vishnu gives that nimmadi. Therefore, those who are all desirers of that moksha, peace, happiness, they are all seeking for them the gati, the vadi, the marga is Vishnu. Therefore, he is called Satangati. The next one. The previous one, Satram, I left. Satra means be and command. Satram said be and approach. Whenever Shastra commands a person, be like this, you should. This comes in lot. Lakara varum. Lot and a condition anamata. Shastra puts condition for a person. Do this, you do this. That's why Shastra says, you be like this, you approach the learned person in this manner, in this way. That is called order. Lot is the order, Agnya. Agnya comes from where? The real great Agnya comes from Shastra. Shastra orders me. I have to follow the order. So that is Satram. And that be and approach to be. And Satangati also is is the one goal for every noble person, mumukshus. Then 451. 51. Satangati 50. Over. Sarvadarshi. Sarva means all, total. Darshi means the one who sees. All seeing one. Lord Vishnu is all seeing one. All seeing one. Rendu kannu dhaan irukka avukku. Not two eyes. Sarvadarshi. He knows everything. Krita, akrita. What you are doing, what you are going to do, what you are not done also. Avarku ellame theriyum. Enna whatever your duty, whatever your vidhi, nishedha, it all you are following. Even not only this janma, previous janma also he knows. That's why krita akritam. Krita means performed, akrita means not performed. See, sarvesham praninam, Shankaracharya writes, sarvesham praninam, not only human beings, even other pranis, other beings also, but they are instinctively working. Just previous janma irkumilliyo, that also he knows. That's why called sarvadarshi. நமக்கு கண்ணு முன்னாடி சர்வதர்ஷி கிடையாது, இருக்கிற தர்ஷனமே பார்வையே டவுட்ஃபுல். Darshana means not just literal seeing outside. So knowing the inner, your thought, your inner feelings, also Bhagavan knows. That's why we have to be very careful when we are thinking, thought level also. Now we have to apologize, Bhagavan please excuse me. இந்த மாதிரி ஒரு thought வந்தது, Bhagavan will excuse you. அது யாருக்கு தெரியலையே, உள்ள இருக்காது, அவருக்கு தெரியும் எல்லாமே. Kratu akratu, it's performed or not performed. Sarvesham praninam krita kritam sarvam pashyati. Sarvam pashyati. He sees everything, what you have done, what you have not done, not only in this janma, the previous janma. Also he knows everything. How he knows? By studying your Chitta Chandra, Chitragupta Chitta, ella padichu theriyuma. Shankaracharya says, Swabhavikena bodhena. Swabhava ante our nature, Jnana Swarupam. Lord Vishnu is Jnana Swarupam. Swabhavikena by nature. Bodhena. Bodhena means wisdom. Bodha, Buddha dhatu. Buddha wisdom. Lord Vishnu is totally full of wisdom. His nature is wisdom. He did not go and ask sin. That's why Sarvadarshi. For that person only it is possible, not for all people. Because his nature itself, Swabhava itself, full of wisdom. Therefore he is able to know. Another thing, see, you have to supply something. How can he know? He is the creator, he is the sustainer, he is the destroyer, therefore he knows. About a child, amma ku ella theriyuma illaya? Mother knows about the child, what nature, what type of mentality, what he is thinking. Mother knows very well. Why? Cause creator. Karana gunaha karye anuvartante. And gunas appade undu. So mother knows if anything going wrong, she will correct. That capacity is there. Similarly, Bhagavan is the creator, sustainer, destroyer. Therefore, he knows everything. Sarvadarshi. Then only he is called as Bhagavan. After creation is over, he has to take care of everyone. Bhagavan, na ippuda punyakaram pannanu, innum phalam varliye. Bhagavan is knowing or not? We always doubt. With our limited knowledge, we always doubt Bhagavan. That's why whenever we go, it shows. What is the example? When you go to the temple and you call Pujari, so you see them. He has to keep exactly near the foot. So please keep there. Then only it goes to Bhagavan. You feel. And you go on seeing my flowers, my tenga anga poitha illaya Bhagavanukku. Illana inge pakkathula idu porudha. We always think that. So you will be there until the priest go and put that mala to that person. After all, 1 rupee, 2 rupees mala. You are so carefully take care of that. It has to put on the Lord's neck. நம்ம அப்படி நினைக்கிறோம் பாருங்க. So Bhagavan sees that it's not a flower. Your heart, your mind. Bhagavan surrenders. I will tell you. Bhagavan becomes slave to Bhakta. அவருக்கு அது ஒரு எடிக்ஷன். எல்லாருக்கும் உலகத்துல என்னென்னோ எடிக்ஷன் இருக்க, பகவானுக்கு என்ன எடிக்ஷன்? ஸ்லேவ்ஸ்க்கு எடிக்ட் ஆயிடுவார் அவர். ஒரே ஒரு வழி, பகவான் சரண்டர் பண்ணிக்கணும்னா பக்தி, tremendous பக்தி is there. That's all. Flat, பகவான் flat. அது ஒரு பக்தருக்கு தான் முடியும், யாருக்கும் முடியாது. That bhakti is so great really. If you feel that presence in Bhagavan, slave to dasa. Dasa. This bhakta says dasa. I am dasa to Bhagavan. Bhagavan says he is my dasa. I am dasa. I am slave to him. இந்த பக்தி எப்படி வருது நமக்கு? இந்த வரும்போது பகவான் என்ன கொடுக்கிறாரு, என்ன பண்றாரு யோசிக்கவே மாட்டோம். We never see all those things. The real bhakta have such a power, capacity in Bhagavan because he is so devotional. His devotion brings that much inner feeling to him. That's all. Therefore, Sarvadarshi, Vimuktatma, 452. Vimuktatma. Lord Vishnu is called as Vimuktatma. Vimuktatma means Svabhavena Vimuktaha. By nature he is free. Vimukta means free. Atma means self. Free self. Free self. The self is that which is free. This is the translation. Okay. The self is that which is free. What is real meaning here? Self is ever free. Self is ever free. No one can bind the self. Lord Vishnu is that nature, ever free self. That means here the original nature, the consciousness, its nature is ever free. But unfortunately this person thinks this Atma is binded inside, bound by these koshas, panchakoshas. We think these panchakoshas cannot bound Atma. Not only that, he says, Shankaracharya, Vimuktascha Vimuchyate. Kathopanishad says, Vimuktascha, already Muktaha. Vimuktascha Vimuchyate. What Lord does? Already who is Muktaha, he liberates that person. Vimuktascha Vimuchyate. Liberates the person who is already liberated. Why Bhagavan taking this job? These people are thinking they are tied out of ajnana. I am not liberated. When I am going to get liberation, when I am going to get moksha, when I am going to see God, I am going to see God means what? Liberation. From Bhakta's angle, when I am going to see God. From Vedantic angle, when I am going to get moksha. Terms are different, but aim is same. So what is the real thing here? He is already liberated. He is the one already liberated. The Atma never be baddha, nitya muktaha. If I am Atma, I am ever muktaha. But what I am doing? I am taking myself as body, mind, complex, nitya baddha. Body is baddha, controlled. Therefore, nitya mukta Atma can never be liberated. Therefore, own up the nitya mukta Atma, your own nature. That's why Vimuktascha Vimuchyate. Therefore, Vimukta Atma. Swamiji used to say one story, nice story. One person in his Gurukula, Guru has got a lot of cows. This student's job is to take the cows daily for grazing, and he has to bring back in the evening. Again tomorrow, next day morning he has to take. So what he brought everything and he kept in the shed. Next day also he has to take. Then one cow is when he want to take to the next day, is not getting up. It's not getting up. It's not getting up. He is sitting. Then this student went and told his teacher, all cows are coming, they are ready to come, but this cow is not getting up, what to do? Then Guru asked, have you tried yesterday? Have you tied it yesterday? And இங்க போய் பார்த்தா he didn't tie. That's why that feels, as though you are tying, as though you are removing. You have to do action there. அப்பதான் அதுக்கு தெரியும். So that's why it is standing as it is, as though you are tying. அப்படி he went and made tied, and கொஞ்ச நேரம் போயிட்டு திருப்பி வந்து he removed. ஒன்னும் பண்ணல, just action. அதுக்கு அப்படி oh he tied me, now he removed me. That's why he started moving. அது மாதிரி ஸ்டோரி நல்லா இருக்கு. அப்படிதான் நம்ம கூட as though we are tied, as though we are liberated. We are already liberated, but we are thinking after all miserable. It says you are muktaha, nitya muktaha, don't cry and no student will come. So what teacher says, you are baddha, evada samsaram problem, this body, mind, this whole problem, he has to exaggerate. His problems he has to list out. That student is so happy. Oh, Guru also knows my problems. Guru is very well now, he is the right person to answer me. Then Guru says, teaching, Upanishad, no? Gita, 18 chapters, all these Shastras teaching. And the day Guru says, no, you are, by that time student is coming to understand. Slowly, you are ever muktaha. The day student teacher says, then the student will receive that knowledge, not in the beginning. Therefore, this Muktatman, the Lord is one who is Vimukta. Atma is ever Vimukta. So Muktaha means free. Similarly, then next name, Sarvajnaha. 453. These are all called Samanadhikaranyam. Samanadhikaranyam means that name which in the same case, all in Pradhama Vibhakti. Pradhama Vibhakti means first case. So when all names are in first case and they give the same meaning, all the names' meanings ultimately reach to the Lord Vishnu. This is called Samanadhikaranyam in grammar, they say. So it represents only Lord Vishnu, any name here. Sarvajnaha. Sarva means all. Jnaha means knower. Sarvajnaha. Omniscient. He is the principle. The principle means he is the inner core. Sarvajnaha, and therefore he is the illuminator of all thoughts, all your intentions. He knows. That's why he is called Sarvajnaha. All your motives also. Bhagavan knows all your motives. If you have any bad motive, எல்லாமே அங்கே கம்ப்யூட்டரில் புக் ஆகிடும், enrolled. So your motives, emotions, thoughts, intentions, everything Bhagavan knows. Therefore he is called Sarvajna, Lord Vishnu. 453 over. Next one, Jnanamuttamam. The one who has got the supreme knowledge. Jnanam means knowledge. Uttamam Jnanam. Uttam means that supreme, highest, greatest knowledge. Greatest knowledge of all other knowledges. There are all many knowledges are there, different knowledges. But what is Uttamam? Gold medal edukku varum? Who will get the gold medal? Only Atma Jnanam only get gold medal. Ellame bronze da. Gold medal comes only to that Atma Jnanam. That is Uttama Jnanam. That is called Jnanam Uttamam. What is the Swarupam? Vishnu is the Swarupam of Jnanam, Uttama Jnanam. Vishnu is the Swarupam, the nature of Uttamam Jnanam. Therefore, when you pray to the Lord, what you have to ask? Computer Jnanam venum. Vendan sollala. You require computer jnanam, you require other jnanam also, but uttama jnanam you have to attain in this birth. That is important. In this birth, that's jnanam uttamam. How we can say what is that? Because why it is called uttama jnanam? Anavachinam. It will never get destroyed. Why it is uttamam? It will never get destroyed. And sarvasya sadhakam, sadhakatamam. For everything, this is the means. This jnanam, atma jnanam, knowing one's own self. That is called atma jnanam. That is the means to know every knowledge. Through whom you are learning, you are getting so much knowledge. By what way you are getting? Only by consciousness. Atma. Without that you can never get. All knowledges are coming because of this consciousness. This is sadhaka tamam. This is a sadhanam. This is only to get that knowledge. This is important. Jnanam uttamam. And because of satyam, jnanam, anantam. Because that jnanam is uttamam, it is ever existent. Do you remember your 10th standard or 9th standard maths now? If you go to next year subject, we will forget this. Our limitation is like that. We will forget. This jnanam is ever existent. Atma jnanam, I am the self, jnanam is ever existent. You can never negate. This is the knowledge when you never negate. You can never negate it. You can never negate it. யாராவது நான் இல்லைன்னு சொல்ல முடியுமா? You yourself can negate yourself. Anyone can negate themselves. The knowledge I, can you negate? So you can never negate. That's why therefore it is ever existent. Jnanam is what? First tell me. Ever existent jnanam. Computer knowledge is irukko illiyo sandeham. Physics knowledge irukko illiyo sandeham. Chemistry knowledge irukko illiyo sandeham. Music knowledge solla venda irukka illiyo sandeham. Any knowledge you take doubtful. But I am நான் இருக்கேன் அந்த knowledge அதுல ஏதாவது டவுட் இருக்க கிடையாது. அதுதான் ever existed. Sat. Then jnanam, consciousness. I am conscious. That's why Chaitanya. It's called consciousness. I am aware. The awarer can never be negated. That jnanam, that ever existent, satyam, can never be negated. That is called jnanam. That is anantam. Why it is uttama jnanam? Shankaracharya says, why it is uttamam? It is anantam, infinite. There is no end for it. Na antam. Where there is no end, that is called anantam. Everything other than this consciousness has an end. Body has got end. Mind also has got end. The whole creation has got end. Whatever I am seeing, everything has got end. Antam is there. But whereas this jnanam, atma jnanam, anantam. Anantam means no end. It is ever existent consciousness. Who is that? Lord Vishnu. Lord Vishnu is jnanam uttam. Next one, we'll read. Surata sumukha sukshmaha sukhosha sukhada sukrute manoharo jitakrodho veerabahur vidaranah. These are very nice names. You can Suvrataha. Vrataha is number 455. Vratam means it's called vow. V-O-W. Vow. The Vratam. In our tradition we have lot of Vratams. And that Vratam also, they are called sacred Vratam. Suvrata means sacred, holy, auspicious. That they are called Suvrata. Lord Vishnu is called as Suvrataha, the one who is having the sacred vow. That is Suvrataha. What is this Vratam? What Vratam means a commitment. If I want to do this, like promise. Why Lord Vishnu called Suvrataha? Acharya says, Sakrudeva Prapannaya. Whoever comes and surrenders to him, Tava Asmi iti. I am yours. Yajate. Whoever comes and begs, Oh Bhagavan, I am yours. He says, Abhayam Sarvada Tasmai Dadami. Abhayam means the hand. Bhagavan shows always the hand, means பயப்பட வேண்டாம், நான் இருக்கேன், உனக்கு பயம் என்னன்னு சொல்லுவாங்க இல்லையா? சரினா நமக்கு பயம் இருந்துட்டே இருக்கும். அவர் எவ்வளவு சொன்னா கூட அந்த பயம் கண்டினியூ ஆயிட்டே இருக்கு. So he says, Abhayam Sarvada Tasmai. Tasmai means to those people who seek refuge in me, who seeks shelter in me. Prapannaya, who comes to me, Oh Bhagavan, you are the shelter for me. Whoever comes for those people, Tasmai Dadami Etat Vratam Mama. This is my Vratam. அவருக்கு ஒரே ஒரு விரதம், நம்ம மாதிரி இத்தனை விரதம் கிடையாது பகவானுக்கு. What is his Vratam? Only to protecting bhaktas. What Shankaracharya says, Sakradeva. Sakradevanu, how to understand? Even though the person is bad, not changed mentally totally, a wrong person only, is not yet shifted from to a good life, still his bad actions are continuing. But suppose even that person also Bhagavan is ready to protect him. That's why நமக்கு அப்பப்போ டவுட் வரும். Even a evil minded person also living happily, thriving very happily, nicely, see, jealous of Lord. Why Lord doing like this? Partial Lord. Those who are all doing wrong actions, deeds, they should suffer. But those people also devotees of Lord are the problem. They are also devotees of Lord. They surrender to Lord. So that's whoever comes Prapannaya, he is ready to protect them. That's why when Vishnu came towards Rama, all people said, don't take him, Vishnu. He came from the enemy's camp. How can you take him? He came, Rama, you are Sharanam for me. I am surrendering to you. Once the person asks like that, Bhagavan never rejects. Bhagavan cannot, not never, cannot. He is helpless. Bhagavan helplessly he accepts. That's why நம்ம எவ்வளவு தவறு பண்ணா கூட Bhagavan excuses, forgives us. That is the main vratam for Bhagavan. See, Bhagavan கூட ஒரு vratam இருக்கு. அதனால நிறைய பக்தாஸ் எல்லாம் பாட பாடுவோம். உங்களுக்கு அந்த இதுக்கு you have this vratam, that vratam, you are the great protector of all bhaktas. They all demand and ask him. That is the vratam of the Bhagavan. Lord Vishnu one who has got that vratam, Suvrataha. Then Sumukhaha, 456. Sumukhaha, Mukha means again face. Sumukhaha means beautiful face. In the beauty parlor porara, what Lord Vishnu going to which beauty parlor? நமக்கு தான் அதெல்லாம் அவசியம், பகவானுக்கு அவசியம் கிடையாது. என்ன காரணம்? வால்மீகி ராமாயணத்துல ராமாயணம் வால்மீகி writes how Rama showed his face, no? What is his expression? He says, Sumukha means prasanna vadanam. Prashantama irukkuradhu face. Suppose if anybody sees that face, your tension, stress should go. That is called prasanna vadanam. It's a prasanna vadanam dhyaye sarva vignopashantaye nu illu. Avare urudrama irundha nama eppadi poi we can worship prasanna vadanam. So why prasanna vadanam? Charu. Charu means sundaram, beautiful eyes. Padma patrayata netram. Ikshana, whose eyes are very pleasant looking. Sri Vishnu. Vishnu Puranam says this. Another Valmiki says, how he wrote a nice sloka. Just I will read that. Navanam gantu kamasya tyajatasya vasundharam sarvalokati kasyaiva mano ramasya vyavyathe. Rama is going to get incarnation tomorrow, that he is going to become a king. And suddenly he came to take blessings from father. Then Dasharatha asks him how to go to forest. No, Dasharatha is not in a position to say. It seems some books write, see, Kaikeyi only, your father is not in a position to explain. I will tell you. She says, that time, what is how his expression? Becoming a king and have to go to forest. See that contrast. As a king, you are going to get all the pleasures, name, fame, power, that sovereignty, more power. Whereas going to the forest, you have to leave everything. With the clothes, what you are wearing, with that clothes you have to go by leaving everything. No food, no house, nothing. You have to go and stay in the forest 14 years. You see the Rama's face, same as it is, no change. That's what Valmiki beautifully writes. Navanam gantu kamasya tyajatasya vasundharam. He left the whole, that kingdom. Vasundhara means kingdom. The same happiness, the same mind, he went to the forest. Now what about ordinary human beings, you see? Fighting, they'll go to court. For the property, even if it comes less, they will go to court. They never bother about brother, sister, and all these things. Why Rama did in a Pitra Agnya Paripal? That's why Sumukha. That is the Mukha. Even pleasure and pain, when sorrow comes and the happiness comes, the face should be alike. Not face, ulla kuda apdi manasu irukku. Anandama, santoshama irukku. So we have to remember Rama. The more we remember Rama, at least implement your life slowly. Suddenly it won't come, it's difficult only. But still, we can try for that. Not only that, why Lord Vishnu called Sumukha? Sarva Vidya Upadeshena. Because of Sarva Vidya, he is very knowledgeable. You see a very learned person, the Tejas, because of the Saraswati, the Vidya. Sarva Vidya Upadeshena va Sumukha. Because Sumukha means that Mukha, when you are knowledgeable, when you have Jnanam, that too especially Atma Jnanam you have, you are ever Ananda. That Tejas comes from the face. Whatever your mind, that only expresses at your facial level. Sumukha level, how it comes in. No beauty parlor gives Sumukha. Ella akramada pannu, ella problems ange poyinadukku appuram. Even gents kuda beauty parlor irukku. Not only ladies. See, imagine how much we are giving outside decoration. Sumukha comes only by inner maturity. The inner beauty, the inner jnanam brings the real beauty to your face. Therefore, because that vidya, when knowledge is there, you are having that Sumukha. So the Bhagavan Vishnu is one. Then, and for this example, he gives Pramanam. Shvetashvara Upanishad says, Yo Brahmanam vidadati purvam yo Vedamsha prahinoti tasmai. Yo Brahmanam vidadati. How Lord Vishnu is having that knowledge. Lord Vishnu alone gave to Brahmaji. All 4 Vedas he gave to Brahmaji. Yo Brahmanam vidadati. Then what he did? Yo Brahmanam vidadati purvam yo Vedamsha prahinoti tasmai. He taught, not just giving books. He taught to Brahmaji all the Vedas. To teach to someone, you must be knowledgeable. You must have that knowledge. Otherwise, how can you teach? Therefore, he is learned. That's why Sumkaha. Then Sukshmaha. Sukshma means subtle. Lord Vishnu is called subtle. It's omnipresent. He is everywhere. Omnipresent means everywhere, but subtle. How subtle? But Lord Vishnu comes when the Srishti comes. Akasha, Vayu, Agni, Jala, Prithvi. So Akasha is the subtlest, having one guna. From Vishnu only Akasha has come. Akasha is subtlest, have one guna. What is that? Shabda guna, the sound guna. Then Vayu has got little classified, that is also subtle, but have 2 gunas. What is that? Sparsha. Shabda and Sparsha. Then Agni. Agni got 3 gunas. Shabda, Sparsha, Rupa. Agni also subtle. Then Jalam. This one Shabda, Sparsha, Rupa, Rasa. Jalatik Rasam, the taste. Have one, another 4 gunas. Then Prithvi has got 5 gunas. Sabda, Sparsha, Rupa, Rasa, Gandha. Still Prithvi is subtle. Imagine Prithvi itself subtle. You go to Jala, Agni, Vayu and Akasha. Beyond Akasha. Lord Vishnu is beyond Akasha. He is the creator of Akasha. When I am creating a subtle thing, you must be subtler than that. Understand? To create a subtle thing, a gross thing can create a subtle thing. The subtlest thing can create subtle thing. Therefore, Sukshmati Sukshma. That's why Lord Vishnu called as Sukshma. Why? He created the Sukshma Akasa, Sukshma Vayu, Sukshma Agni, Sukshma Jalam, Sukshma Prithvi. Therefore, Lord Vishnu is beyond all these things. Sukshma. Then, and Sukshma at the same time Sarvagatam. That's the greatness. Sukshmana kannak theriyamala engo irukkaran sollakudadu. Sarvagatam. Sarvagatam in the form of consciousness. The Chaitanya Rupena pervading everywhere. In me, outside also, everywhere. Sarvagatam Susukshmam. Next one, Sughoshaha. Illa Susuda. Ghoshaha means Shaddam. Ghosham pandradhuna katradhu enadi. Big sound varudhu. Ghosha. That Ghosha also must be Sughosha. Chumma kathite irundha enna prayojanam? It is horrible. Adara paata paadana nalla alaga shruti ragam laya taalam irukadum. Appoda you can listen melodiously. In the Ghosha also, the Veda Ghosha, Bhagavan is called Sughosha. His Vedas are chanted by many Mahatmas, Rishis. That's called Sughosha. That's why they call it as Veda Ghosha. Veda Ghosha. Oh, sound eppudu vandana hundreds, thousands of people chanting Veda mantras. Enna Ghosha varum. How the sound. No? Have you heard? If you have not heard, go and listen. The sound. Veda Ghosha. What is that Veda Ghosha? Bhagavan's revelations. Bhagavan's nature. They are just doing the sound. Therefore, he is called Mada Brahman. Mada Brahman. Sughosha. Example is Shankaracharya gives for that Sughosha. This is called auspicious sound, Sughosha. How that Megha Garjanam, that Megha, before rain going to come, what Garjanam it does? You close your ears. You start ahela, just lightning has come. That thunder has not yet come. You know lightning has come, thunder is going to come. You close your ears. Imagine the Lord's sound. Our create பண்ணதுக்கு ஆகாசத்துக்கு எவ்வளவு சப்தம் இருந்தா பகவானுக்கு எவ்வளவு சவுண்ட் இருக்கணும். Sughosha. All Vedas when they chant in the ignorance times, that Ghosham about whom? About Lord Vishnu. Therefore that name belongs to Lord only. Sughosha. Next one, Sukhadaha. 460. Sukhadaha. The one who gives Sukham. Daha means Dadati. The giver of Sukham. Lord Vishnu gives Sukham for whom? Satvrittanam Sukham Dadati. Asatvrittanam Sukham Yati. Khandayati. He cuts, destroys the happiness of evil-minded people. Asatvritti means not having a congenial thoughts. That is called asatvritti. Satvritti means what? Having righteous thoughts. Those are entertaining the righteous way of living. How can you entertain righteous way of living? When you are able to entertain your righteous way of thinking, then only your life also comes according to that. So such people, Lord protects Dadati, Sukham Dadati. He gives happiness. But Asadvrittana, Sukham Dadati sollakudadu. Sukham Yati, Khandayati. Yati, Khandayati. Destroys. அப்படியே இல்லை அசத்துரித்தானெல்லாம் they are all happy and சொல்லக்கூடாது. Some evil people now, those are not righteous, they are happy now. So that's why you don't take example. They are happy now because of their previous punya karma. Understand? Those who are all enjoying now, unrighteous people are enjoying happily. That is Purva Janma Punya Karma, not this karma. Now whatever they are doing evil karma, they are going to face it. It comes later. Within months or within years, within Janmas, it has to come. There is no can escape. That's why many people get this doubt. This Purva Janma they are enjoying. Now suppose a good person, a noble person is suffering, means it is what? Purva Janma Pahapam. The Purva Janma Pahapam is fructifying. So, this is we never get confusion. Bhagavan very justified. No? Very good. Suhrat. Suhrat means Pratyupakara Nirapekshataya. Upakaritva. Without expecting anything in return, he helps. That's why friend is called Suhrat. Suhrit, why friend is called Suhrit? He never, real friend, I am telling. Many friends are there. There are not real friends. A real friend is one without expecting anything in return, he helps to that person. Lord Vishnu is one, Pratyupakara Nirapekshaya. Apeksha illamane, Asha illamane, Nirapekshaya, Nirapekshataya, Upakaritvat, Upakaram karoti, helps. That's why any person you have, everybody expects, even husband expects from wife, wife expects from husband. Not all people, some people without expectation they do. That's a great thing. So Bhagavan always gives without expectation. That's why many people you see in God, Bhagavan also expects. Hey, நாளைக்கு 5 தேங்காய் கொண்டு வான்னு சொன்னா, tomorrow next day we won't go. He never demands. நம்ம சின்ன கற்பூரம் துளி போட்டா கூட பகவான் ஒன்றும் பேச மாட்டார், அதனால வந்துடும். Happily you go next day. Today 1 dozen fruits, tomorrow half dozen. குறைச்சிட்டே இருக்கும். But still Bhagavan, you know that. Every bhakta knows that. That's why he is called Suhrit. Nirapekshaya. Without expectation anything. We'll see more in the next class. पूर्णमदः पूर्णमिदं पूर्णात् पूर्णमुदच्यते पूर्णस्य पूर्णमादाय पूर्णमेवावशिष्यते ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः हरिः ॐ श्रीगुरुभ्यो नमः हरिः